Accompagné de Michael Breed, enseignant de renommée mondiale sur le Golf Channel. Michael, comment as-tu développé ta passion pour l'enseignement?
We.
There you go.
You know, I've been lucky. I think I was raised by two parents who really wanted to try to give back in the community and do things like that. They instilled that in me. My desire growing up was to just try to help people. And I fell in love with the game of golf and fell in love with how to try to get the ball to do, for me personally, what I wanted it to do. And then that married with my upbringing kind of put me into this spectrum of let's play some golf, let's teach people how to play golf. And fortunately, I think their entrepreneurial spirits kind of got into my soul, and I was just fortunate enough to have a passion and a desire to try to help people play golf and then just listen.
Great. We're here at the PGA show. What do you see in the development of instruction that can help you as a teacher, but mostly how can help your students?
I think you know, instruction is at a very interesting time because the technology that's coming out and also the sort of do-it-yourself thing, they're kind of running together. And I think that what I am always cautious with my students about is letting them get this technology and try to help themselves. I think they need to seek the wisdom of a golf professional, a PGA professional, and then understand how to use the technology so that it can benefit them without letting it take them off the path of the direction that's going to allow them to improve. So, you know, for me, I think it's a really interesting time in the instructional platform or in the learning platform of how to hit a golf ball properly.
Perfect. And last question. The challenge we find when I think when you teach is you can teach somebody something on the range. You can correct that fairly easily because you're a professional. How do you get your students to acquire the movement or whatever you've taught them to get them to play better on the golf course?
One of the things that I'll do with my students, and I think it's very important for your viewers to understand, is golf is a game for a lifetime. It's not for a game for a moment. And I think what happens to people is when they learn the skill that they have to do to improve, they think that once they've learned it, they've acquired it. And that the learning is one thing and the acquiring is a completely different thing. And I think what people need to understand is once you acquire the skill, you have to develop the skill, and then you have to develop the skill in different conditions. So you have to evaluate yourself, can I do this skill on a golf course? And then if I can do it on the golf course, can I do it in the golf course in competition? And then if I can do it in competition, can I do it on a Sunday of competition or in the finals of the club championship in competition? So I think there's levels of acquiring the skill, and what I do with my students is I don't let them nor teach them a different skill until I feel like they have acquired that skill. And that's where I think that people rush these things and they end up getting too many thoughts in their brain, and they're trying to think about 3 things in their backswing and 6 things in their downswing, and they're thinking if they don't do all 9 of those things that the ball's not going to go where they want it to go. So for me, I think it's one thing to learn the skill, I think it's another thing to acquire the skill, and then you have to be able to be effective with that skill in these different arenas.
Perfect. Michael, thank you for your time. Have a good season.
Oui.
Thanks.
Merci.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Very good.